You make your way up through the stairs to the main base floor of Castle Whitestone.
I'm gonna head straight for the front door and look.
You open up and look outside with what daylight is still there. You see little plumes of smoke coming from the far city. You see down the pathway that leads up to Castle Whitestone, you see about 70 to 100 armored humanoids marching up towards the front of the castle. As they get closer, you can see beneath the helmets tired human faces stepping up the side, weapons at the ready. As they approach the very front of the line, you see Keeper Yenin, equally exhausted, stepping forward, essentially ready to storm the castle. It looks like the rebellion army seems to have cut its way through the remaining defenders of Castle Whitestone. As they get closer, they meet your gaze, and the front of the group draw their weapons, and Yenin kind of steps forward a little bit.
You there! Percival!
I step forward.
Vox Machina! Are your wits about you?
Yes?
Yes.
You know it.
Briarwoods are dead.
It's true. Is it still cloudy?
It's a little cloudy. It's not as like rainstorm ready, but it's, there's still kind of an overcast feel.
I'm gonna go ahead and, at third level, because that's all I've got left, cast Skywrite again and throw up the Dorolo crest once again in the sky.
Around, and Yenin steps forward again towards you and goes, kind of reaching up, holding his holy symbol of Arathis to his chest, goes,
Are you certain this is done? Percival.
There's still a great evil beneath the castle. But the Briarwoods are no more.
He turns around, looks to his men, who are all looking at him expectantly.
Well, you heard the man. The Briarwoods are dead. Whitestone is free once more.
He looks up at the sky as the symbol finishes from Keyleth's spell.
The Dorolos are in power once again!
At which point the entire crowd shouts,
Yeah! Yeah!
"Yeah!" with the weapons to the sky. And as the shouts begin to echo down into the valley of Whitestone, you can see little lights begin to burn in the distance. Little notification lanterns that are being lit and set at window tops at the top of the mountain. And you can see this look of relief and joy on every soldier's face as they all realize that the death they were all marching to face is no longer a threat. Cassandra, at this point, is still standing kind of behind you at your side. And really, for the first time since all of this went down beneath, you see a smile on her face. Yenin turns around again and approaches you all.
I don't know what to say. Come, there is much to discuss. Let us step from this foul place for the time being.
Yes.
Men, walk through, make sure it's clean.
And some of the
No.
There's still a matter of some things beneath the castle that we must deal with first.
No one should be allowed in for right now until we figure this out.
Very well. Men, seal the doors, seal the entrances, keep watch.
We really need to rest.
Then come. You've certainly earned it.
And he motions to a few of the
What
guards.
time of day is it? You
It's
said
nearing
like
dusk.
sun's is the sun still up, or is it like
The sun is still up, but you can see, like, from the light source and the darkening of the sky and the color pushing from, like, a general kind of white grace going a little more reddish orange.
Before we take a rest, I am going to look at Percy. I'm gonna be like, I'll catch up with you guys. I think the people need to see the sun. And I'm gonna go into my air elemental form, go up into the sky above Whitestone, and do my whirlwind ability and start trying to just push all of the clouds out of the way to let the sun in.
The vibrant orange, red, purple colors of the sunset now come cascading upon the city of Whitestone, and there's a collective kind of an inhale and gasp of awe from the soldiers and the people alike as this opens up above you. You see behind you soldiers reuniting with their families, friends gathering into the streets, and the people of Whitestone are now beginning to join the sides of your procession towards the center, the Sun Square in the middle of Whitestone. You begin to hear music being played as now the celebration begins, the sun setting. Folks are turning this into a full celebration now. People are starting to bring out food and...
Block party!
There is this you feel this sense that this is the first time in a long time that people have ever really been allowed to be happy about something. As the celebration begins, though, Yenin puts up his hand and people begin to slow and calm as men begin to bring forward 2 individuals in chains.
Ooh.
One of which you see is a half-orc female in dark brown leather armor. She is chained and thrown onto her knees at the ground, and she kind of spits. You can see there's a few cuts across her face, and she looks kind of dirty. And right next to her, taking 4 men to do so, a Goliath, who's bruised, is also thrown onto his knees.
You have been found guilty of treason against this town.
I would wish that you, the ones who freed us, deliver the judgment.
Come on.
These two have done much violence to this place. They represent all that is evil.
Wait. And Gorin, who's now down on the ground, looks up at you and goes,
I know you.
Never saw you before, friend.
This is
You have a lovely house, by the way, or had one. Anyway. In a show of grace and to demonstrate a new hope that we have for this place, I suggest that we don't kill these two.
What?
But rather force them to help rebuild the place that they helped destroy.
The Briarwoods are broken and gone. You can die today, or you can take your licks and help rebuild this city. No one is here to protect you or save you. You can work hard, start again.
a persuasion check. With advantage, based on their current circumstance. See, the Goliath Edmire kind of lowers his head.
I accept. Jasna?
She kind of looks over.
Kill me, I'd rather not stay at your beck and call.
Okay.
Grog?
Grog.
I reach over and I take out my great axe and I aim it for her neck.
Just now, but make a strength check.
Natural 20.
As you pull the axe out and you kind of walk alongside with it, almost like a cane. Kind of look down at her.
Yeah, like.
And with speed and deftness, where no one sees the blade make contact, there is a moment where the head just drifts off the form, leaving the. There's a gasp in the crowd suddenly, and then a cheer.
Good people, while we always must dispense our justice, this is now a town of mercy as well.
Yes.
And I will expect nothing less from all of us than to give what we have lacked for so long. Duke?
Let hers be the last bloodshed.
Oh.
And earn your life again.
He nods and kind of looks down. The men look at you. They get your nod and they lift up the chains and pull him off, while a couple other men take up the body of the half-orc woman and pull them out of the crowd. The music swells up once again, and the celebration continues without a beat. You can now see tables being brought out to the center, and glasses are set about, and drinks are being poured as a giant central table right at the base of the sun tree is set for you.
Hey.
I find a young boy,
Yes, Scanlan?
or a soldier, and I give him 15 gold, and I say, for the love of God, find me fucking beret.
All right.
I want to take some time to tell Keeper Yenin about what is beneath the tree. And
Up there.
Can Keyleth go over and check out the sun tree?
Sure. As you're walking over there, we'll finish
Yeah.
this conversation here. Yenin kind of nods to himself and goes, I'll reach out to a few of my contacts, see who we can bring here to inspect it. I may go down tomorrow myself and have a look. Maybe I'll be able to glean something, but unfortunately, most of our books were confiscated when the town was taken. However, I appreciate that, and at least for the time being, there doesn't seem to be any dead rising from the grave.
If I may, Percy, may I make a suggestion?
Is it going to be throwing the rest of my guns into a pit
No,
of
but
acid?
it will be spending some of your kingdom's money.
Replacing the guns that you threw into a pit of acid?
Let's not talk about the guns.
I really can't think of what else I'd want to talk about, but please, go ahead.
If most of their books have been taken from them, perhaps we could use some of the treasury to build a library.
This is not a terrible idea.
Keela, at this point, as you've walked away from this conversation, you approach the sun tree.
I reach up and I put my hand on it, and I cast Commune with Nature. Do I gather anything?
First off, you notice as you touch the sun tree and you cast the spell, whereas previously you felt just dead wood and the lack of any presence, there is a small seed of life in the tree once again.
How is it feeling? Can I ask the tree how it's feeling? Can I be like, hey tree, how are you doing today?
That is very Keela.
You doing all right? How do you feel between all this?
You
about all
sense,
Hey, boo.
this? Hey boo.
you sense weariness, like something very old has been asleep for a very long time, has woken up.
And I just say, good morning, old friend.
You sense the tree saying, the sun just set. It's not morning.
I go, oh shit. And then I turn to Percy and I say, the tree talk to me.
I watched her walk up to the tree,
Oh, no.
and I
Here
follow
we
it
go.
up. Here we go.
Okay.
I follow up and I don't say anything. And she's got one hand on the tree, and I just quietly, with her free hand and my free hand, try to lace my fingers with hers.
Against the tree.
Oh my gosh, you guys are
Free
your
hand,
boyfriend
free
and
hand.
girlfriend now.
As you finish your awkward "it's not morning" conversation with the essence of the sun tree,
It's morning somewhere.
So talking, good morning,
you
sun
you
tree.
you feel a strange alien. Your left free hand for a moment, unexpectedly.
I jump and I yank away instinctually.
Okay, as she pulls away from it and kind of looks at her shoulder with a look of surprise and sudden horror.
Duh.
You just shrug and look.
I was just talking to the tree. It talked back.
So,
I don't know. I'm really confused.
Vax says, all right, and walks off.
Wait. I'd be lying if I said often night when I go to sleep, your face is the last thing that crosses my mind. You said that when you were near death. We say a lot of things when we're near death. How do I know that's what you were truly feeling?
I wore a mask for a long time where I grew up. And I'm not going to do that anymore. Oh, wait.
Wait. Wait.
For you.
Okay.
Don't do anything. Don't change anything. I haven't lied. I've told the truth. If you'll have me, I'm yours. If you don't want me, I understand. And that's all there is to say. And then I actually walk off.
Okay.
I stay by the tree.
Okay. As this is happening, and he walks off, you guys are there at the table, kind of just now noticing that both of them have been missing. You see Keyleth kind of stunned, standing by the sun tree, as Keeper Yenin approaches you once again. We have 2 weeks until the Winter's Crest Festival would be happening here in Whitestone, something we have not celebrated in near 5 years. I would just ask, should you be interested, if you would wish to stay with us these next couple of weeks to help us rebuild and perhaps aid in preparing the first real shining moment in Whitestone's history since you were gone.
Festival?
I would be very grateful.
We're here.
We shall.
Cassandra nods as well.
Keeper, may I ask for a small request? Could you maybe send a wonderfully worded letter to Uriel and let him know how we saved the day and how much you love us?
I assume that could be done, yes.
That would be wonderful. Make sure you mention how terrible the Briarwoods were and how Vox Machina saved the day. Truly saved it.
We can write it
Wonderful
for you if you
people.
just want to sign it.
Underline, save.
That guy's gonna wake up this morning and go, "Oh, I'm an asshole."
Leading up to this Winter's Crest Festival, about a 2-week period, what would you guys like to individually do in this time to prepare for the festival?
We have 2 weeks?
Yeah, essentially, the 2-week period. We're doing a bit of a time jump here, so if there's anything in particular you want to do or attempt in this time period, now's the time to do so before we get to the actual event.
I had a question.
Yes.
Could I go around lifting up like various wagons and maybe ponies and like working out to try and increase my strength? Or just randomly picking shit up and not having an excuse for it. That was good too.
I mean, the town's in tatters. You could just, like, be productive
Yeah,
with picking things
right.
up.
Oh, you know, I'll pick up a
Clean
hammer in the
things.
morning and
And you're helping to rebuild.
Yeah!
Build, lifting
Like Rocky
heavy things.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in
Punching
a
dead
brilliant
cows.
holiday montage, as the cold weather finds its way into the Valley of Whitestone, Grog goes around aiding many of the groups repairing and reassembling the glory of Whitestone, finding the structures that are broken and destroyed, and trying to clean them and prepare for new building properties. You come by, eagerly lifting, carrying, dropping, slamming, and holding in place extremely heavy pieces of stone and
All right.
masonry. In some cases, kind of putting few of the local strongmen to shame, and some of the local ladies very blushworthy in your presence. You are very happy with your presence. Go ahead and make, just to heck of it, go ahead and make 3 strength checks for me.
Oh shit, 3? Okay. 24, 22, 22.
Through the process of these 2 weeks, not only have you managed to surprise the local denizens of the city with your feats of strength and masculine physique, as when Grog is building, Grog does so shirtless.
Doesn't he do
He
it?
does
As it
everything
is.
shirtless.
In doing so, one, some of the local denizens pull some cash to the side.
I don't feel like I should take this. It's
You should take it.
it's a lot of money.
You should take it.
How about you refill my cask of ale instead?
Ooh,
The
happy
townsfolk.
Festivus.
And you give me 1 gold piece so Vex doesn't kill me.
I wanted to do 4 things. I
Drop it.
composed an epic poem to commemorate the rebels rising up against the empire that had kept them down for so long.
No.
Sort of a force that had awakened. I call it Resident Evil. I don't know why. Because they're residents and there was evil. I couldn't come up with another name for it. I also wanted to make sure that we were using the treasury, coordinating with Percy to open a library for the people to help them rebuild their place, which sounds like Vax is already on. I also commissioned a portrait of myself.
After asking around for a few days, you managed to discover that there is a budding local artist who doesn't really believe in his artwork. He currently works in the stables on the far southwest side of town. But people have seen some of his work and trying to bolster him, so you're sent in his direction. Sorry, sir, can I help you?
Hello. My name is Scanlan Shorthalt. I was the leader of the rebellion. A great good has been done here by the rebels, by the townspeople, with the help of Vox Machina, and of course with the help of Vox Machina's leader, myself. And therefore, I'm here to commission a humble portrait of myself. You may not know him, but there was a folk hero in my town growing up. His name was Fabio. He would frequently pose with wind-blown hair and an open shirt on a horse. I was thinking something like that. And also I have this figure of Pike. She's a friend of mine. I'd like her on the back of the horse, arms around my waist, looking just super hot. That's possible.
Keyleth is gonna go help the farmers and try and maybe help revitalize some of the land and help with planting crops.
I'm going to spend most of my time organizing the affairs of the castle and the local government and making sure that there's institutions in place, getting rid of anybody who might still have sympathies towards the Briarwoods, helping reestablish the Zenith and the Ladies' Chamber, and
Okay.
spending some time with my sister.
So in these discussions, you talk with Keeper Yenin, you talk with Cassandra, and there is an air of an understanding that right now there is this period of peace, this period of calm, but there has to eventually be established and put into place some sort of political head to oversee the rebuilding of the city and the continued growth and survival of this town proper. As the second week draws to a close, the Winter's Crest Day comes forward. Festival, you all awaken within Castle Whitestone to an unusually cold morning, and as you look out, there is a fresh dusting of white snow that has gently caressed the entirety of this valley and the entire city itself. You make your way towards the Sun Tree, and there you see Keeper Yenin is in the process of speaking with a few of the people that helped him with this entire rebellion and setting up this event, and he greets you all as you approach.
Oh, my friends! How wondrous. I'm glad to see you are awakened and ready and well-rested, I assume.
Yes.
Glorious. Well, this is a day of celebration. We've taken the time, and mourning shall continue as needed, but today is to embrace what it means to be alive, to thwart the darkness and the evils that press upon the free folk of these lands, and, of course, to eat and drink till you are full and drunk.
Remember that shit, brother.
Cheers to that.
As the crowd begins to die off a little bit, Keeper Yenin kind of gives you all a look and kind of beckons you over. Says,
If you wouldn't mind a moment of your time, I think there are a few things we need to discuss. Now, we've had a few weeks of peace and recovery, of rebuilding and reforging the real bonds of this society here in Whitestone. But going forward, there needs to be a governing force. It would be natural, of course, for the people to, without question, follow any one of the existing bloodline. And he looks both to Cassandra and to Percival.
I don't think any of us would. Well, Percy, if you'd like to stay and rule,
Freddie, this is everything you've worked toward.
This is your birthright, and you've earned it.
It was really not my birthright. I was not raised to rule.
But you would be a fantastic ruler.
And also, sometimes those birthrights are thrust upon us.
I still have work to do outside the city. Ripley is still on the loose and knows far too much. And I feel more than a little responsible for her and what she may do. Honestly, Cassandra had a better upbringing than I did for this sort of work.
at which point Cassandra kind of pipes in and goes, well, I understand what you're saying, brother, but
I'm still rediscovering who I am.
Perhaps it's time for a council. There should always be a De Rollo in Whitestone, but perhaps we could share the weight.
Wait, would you be on this council? And who would they be counseling? Is there no superior primate? Is there no? There's no.
I believe what he's suggesting is that we make decisions by council, by vote,
A triumvirate.
if you will.
Quintuple.
Oh, 4 people.
5.
5.
A flatterty splat.
A flippity gibbet.
A religious leader, someone from the farming community, someone from the economic community, someone from a trade community, and
Someone from
for
the gnome
citizenry.
community.
From the
From the
citizenry.
gnome community.
From the citizenry.
Gnome community.
From some known community, yes.
Keep it goes. And so be it. I shall inquire with the people of this town. We will forge a council voted by the greater peoples of this place. And we shall restore Whitestone to its former glory. Very well. Enjoy your festival. You've earned it. Go out. Be merry. Let us all remember this time of year. The bonds that we carry. The loyalties that we hold to. And the heroism you stand for.